Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Desert Blues 2.
Dun 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 dun.
After last session, it's been a couple of weeks, so I've had to reread my notes to make sure we're all on par on what we're doing. Last session, everyone took part in the main fun game activities of the festival. A few people won some games, a few people lost some games. None of you won the magic pie eating contest, which is a little bit sad, but never mind. It's better that you lost with grace rather than the shit ton of damage that was actually on that table that I had to dumb down considerably because it could straight up kill any one of you. Anyway,
How did your the party get wiped? Pie eating contest.
magic pie contest. But everyone awakens on the third day. A few of you are feeling a little bit worse for wear after the drinking competition from last night. But if I remember everyone's constitution rolls, you're bouncing back fairly quickly. Bray, you did not return to the carnival.
Didn't I?
Yeah.
Somebody's
in trouble.
I got whacked in my cage.
Oh, you did get whacked in your cage. Yeah. You
Beating
did.
the shit out of.
Yeah, you got taken back. You got the shit kicked out of you because you had been naughty little fairy. But yeah, you awake. You're perfectly fine. You are like dragged out and given your task for the day of going out and trying to drum up as much money as possible during the last day of the festival.
And I'm being heavily monitored.
Yes, you're being heavily monitored. As we're going to tile this in, as you walk into like the center of the village with like a coterie of like the other carnival folk that are coming in, like the tumblers and the acrobats and the jugglers and all that noise, along with your like chaperone of followers, you notice that there seems to be a very, very sheepish centaur and a very sheepish looking sultan standing right in front of the main statue in town. And they are standing amid some smoking barrels, a couple of overturned chairs, and a broken in half table, scattered amidst several what look like just explosion craters. And they are being thoroughly dressed down by the Queen. As the rest of you exit the tavern, you see all this. You've all had your breakfast. I believe you were awoken by the very slim tiefling lad who's given you your breakfast this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And as you all enter out, you see this as well. The Queen is thoroughly dressing down her husband and his friend for causing a bit of mess and telling them that they are going to be the ones tidying it up. And as she strides off towards the noble houses and the other villas, you see the children following them, and obviously the 12-year-old is laughing his ass off because his dad just got told off by his mum. He thinks it's hilarious. But as you're all walking out, you just hear someone go, I told you we shouldn't have gone that I would get in trouble. Well, you insisted you could beat me. I just had to show you that I'm still the commander of your guard for a reason. Shut up, Marcus. Let's go find a broom. They totter off. Mr. Amir comes out. He seems a bit distracted by something, and he realizes that maybe he should have, been doing what he was sent here to do by his family and actually go mix with things. So he gives you all a bow and excuses himself, and he goes to mix with the rest of the nobles. Everything seems to be a lot calmer today. There's no all the really big involved games have sort of been packed away and folded down. There's more chairs and tables out that are full of food and finger items. Today is more of a chill day. There's still some of the smaller games around, so you can go and win some extra silver and gold pieces here. But everything seems to be rather more chilled today. And you do notice that quite a lot of the nobles and quite a few of the townsfolk seem to be nursing quite considerable hangovers. So you are free to potter around and do as you wish.
Where am I at the moment? Obviously my character's at the middle, but I don't know if that's because we didn't move.
You are all, for the sake of simplicity, you are all congregated in the middle of town. So right out there. That is where you are all congregated currently.
Okay. How bruised up do I look?
You don't look too bad. Like, you basically look like you've had a bit of a rough night, but
Yeah.
it's not like you're not like limping. You haven't got like cuts and bruises all over you. You just look a bit worse for wear.
Hmm.
Right.
Would it be noticeable though?
If anyone, let's see. Let's roll a d20 for me.
So how bad does he look? Like to a
He-
normal person?
Peachy.
I mean, none of you are really that familiar with like how fairies normally look. Like, I imagine the person who'd probably be able to notice more readily is probably Fox. But considering the rough night you guys had during the drinking competition anyway, and she's been doing like arm wrestling stuff the entire thing, maybe it looks like she tripped over something on her way back to the carnival. You're not entirely sure.
I tripped.
I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on the fairy.
I mean, I'm at full health again, mate. So don't waste a slot.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're not going anywhere, are we? So it's just like a little RP thing.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. All right. I kind of feel the aches and pains kind of dim. Like, thank you.
No worries.
There's like a small bruise, like kind of fades away on your cheek.
All right. I like kind of brush my face, like ah. I can feel my cheek again.
Anyone else injured?
No, I'm fine. I can handle myself, thanks.
Got the lay on
Okay.
hand sound effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Love it.
Let's lower that one a little bit, and we're gonna bring in eeny, meeny, miny, yeah, whatever you for now. Yep, a few of the other bards like strike up, like kind of strike up a bit more of a tune. So, what's everyone else doing? Mr. Sergeant, you are actually pulled aside by the local captain, and he assigns you 2 people to basically do a patrol with today. So if you could roll 2 d20s for me, and we'll see who you get.
of these. That would be Bob and Pete.
Let's see, you get the 9 and you get the 14. Where's my list of guardsmen? Not there. So many bits of paper. You get a sort of like early 20s looking male human by the name of Corbin. And you get a short, stocky female dwarf by the name of Shire. They get like both.
Corbin
give you
and
the
Shire.
nod. Corbin and Shire, yes.
Are they
you
just
notice
like
it-
private? Then? Do I outrank them?
They are privates, yes. Yeah, you do technically outrank them, but this is like their patch. So there's still a bit like, and obviously it has spread what has happened to you in the past. So they are a little, you get the sense that Shire is the one that's more, not sketched out, but it's a bit more wary of you, whereas Corbin seems to be a bit more friendlier.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys go out on patrol, and let's see. You do notice that someone else has joined you, though. Someone else kind of volunteers to join you, and it's a very, very skinny-looking female human who comes up to you and holds out her hand for you to shake.
Don't believe I've had the pleasure. I'll shake her hand.
As you shake her hand, you feel it shift in your grip, and her face for like half a second changes into like a brief approximation of your face, and she gives you a very quick wink before it shifts back to her original form.
Ugh.
Creepy.
Almost immediately, a hand comes out and just like clips around the ear. This Corbin goes, So don't weird out the newcomers. Sorry, she's a doppelganger. She likes to weird people out.
Oh, do me
Fine.
next. Do me next.
Is our friend here a guardsman?
She is, yes. She's very good at sneaking into bandit camps and, tracking people down when we need to lay low for a little bit. She kind of gives you like a vague salute. As she gives a salute, her face changes to like half a different forms. Well, she goes, "That's me."
I feel like Vox's mimic might be a bit jealous right now.
How you doing, Governor?
Yeah, you just
Later
hear a
schools.
grumble come from my shoulder pads and just like shh.
You're that sergeant from the big city, ain't you?
Sergeant at arms, yes, but that is
You
is
get the
me.
title
I'm the only
right.
one from around here.
She goes, "Oh, right, Sergeant at Arms." They're like parroting your own voice back at you. Yeah, okay, I'll remember that. Right, I've got to go for my own patrol. Corbin, Shire, you take care of it now. Don't get him lost. And she kind of like just skips off, and you notice like the sergeant, like your equivalent rank that you already been introduced to, called Caffin, is kind of standing there, pinching the bridge of his nose. Just kind of like pulls aside to have a quick word with her, and she kind of like very shyly looks at her shoes. Go off on your patrol. All right.
She stood in horse poop.
Bye, Caffin. It's Sergeant Caffin. Oh, Sergeant Caffin. Sorry, Sergeant. Off into the distance.
Interesting
Well,
people.
lead on then, people. Let's go on this this patrol. I don't know the village quite like you do, so I'll follow on.
Right, you are. Come on, Shy. Let's show the newcomer around. And you set off on your patrol. You'll be doing like an orbiting patrol, starting from like the west, like gatehouse, and you'll like go around the orbit. You'll go through like the wrecked quarter up top, and then you'll go back around. What is everyone else wanting to do?
I'm probably gonna have to like be dedicated to my work today due to the whole heavy maintenance. So in like kind of the center of the square, I'm gonna set up my arms wrestling like shindig again.
Okay, you're going back to your arm or something? Yeah, we'll leave you to do that for the moment. We'll say that takes you, like, if you're going to keep at that, that will take you up until the lunchtime. We'll do some rolls for you in a bit.
Okay.
Mr. Paladin, what are you doing, Mr. Utal?
I'm kind of curious why he sets himself up to do just arm wrestling all day.
Mhm.
So I'm just going to talk to him like, through this entire thing.
she kind of like humors you while she's working. And it's like, well, girl's got to work, man. Like,
I see. And that's all I'm going to do. All just like
Gonna observe.
it's all in the technique, you see. Like, this is why you fail. Buff.
his eyes widen, just sort of like you can. It looks slightly human, but there's something reptilian about them as well. It's like,
Yeah, it's like, I kind of like give you a bit of shifty eye. Like, I knew there's something up with you. It's in the voice.
You actually notice that you've got quite a bit of an audience today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a lot of people are coming over. I mean, there seems to be a bit of like almost a little competition going on between the local guardsmen that aren't already on patrol.
Cool, right? You could be a pharaoh.
Would you like to arm wrestle one of them?
Yeah.
Roll a
Come on!
d20 for me.
Sorry.
Roll a d20 for me.
D20. Oh.
There's a bit of commotion among the officers. And you go, go on. Go get her. She can do it. from around a corner appears a very, very large half-orc woman.
Oh, I like
And you notice that while the rest of the guards are decked out in a pretty similar manner to to Mr. Valence, so like they're decked out in just like the average town guard armor, she wears half plate split armor, and her arms from the shoulder down are like painted red.
Ah, yeah.
She's pretty fucking scary looking. She just comes up like, "Why should I waste my time with this? I'm just on patrol, boys." And you notice a
Oh, she's very
small-
posh. She's very proper for an Arthur then.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you notice the two halfling brothers, Carl and Kevin. They're like, "Oh, come on, earn us a bit of coin." "Oh, come on, you can do it. Yeah, you've got him. She's only small. She's only a small little fairy. Look at her. You can have a go. It's easy money. Come on." He goes, "Fine." And, like plonks herself down. Do
She's-
a strength saving
Sure.
throw.
I was gonna say, upon realizing what her competition is, she almost like for Ragnarok when he's like, yeah.
Ah,
That's it. Strength save. Ooh.
it's a deadlock.
No.
You're stronger than you appear, little fairy. But let's see if we
That's
try
right.
this again. Roll one more for me.
No.
Okay, hold on. Mm,
With a thunderous roar, you slam her hand down,
Wow.
and you win it like a ripple of shock, like kind of ripples out from like kind of the crowd, like, "Holy shit! That's fairy just attacked the red rage."
Well, thank you, Shoko.
Yes. Golf clap.
yeah, like you get a round of applause, and
Yeah.
she stands up, gives you a respectful nod, and
Yeah.
hands over her coin. She's gracious in defeat.
All right. Thank you. Like the pride is showing in Bray a little bit now. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like punch in the air, like.
Miss Vox, what are you doing?
I was thinking of going up here to the lady who does the bread and the cake and stuff.
Okay.
I wanted to see if she had anything that would be more suitable as a food for my mimic.
Mhm.
That my mimic would particularly enjoy.
Mimic
You
cow.
go in and you find Althena just bustling around. You notice that there's like a few kids in here helping her out, and she's got them like rolling out dough on tables and stuff, like making little designs on cakes and like putting smiley faces in cookies. And yeah, she greets you like an old friend. Comes over like kind of like gives you a friendly hug. It's like, "Ah, Miss Fox Paleface. I trust you had fun yesterday, young one."
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much fun.
These 3 days. In these 3 days, there's no such thing as too much fun, my dear.
Yeah, I suppose.
Now, why have you come to visit me, my dear?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a mimic on my shoulder. And I was wondering if you had any suggestions for stuff I could feed it that's better for it than the stuff I've been given it.
She kind of gives you a smile and is like, "Of course, dear heart, I noticed. You don't get to you don't get to my age without being able to notice things like that." And she reaches out and she goes to pet it.
Right.
How does your mimic usually react to people aside from you that try to touch it?
I haven't really thought about that. Because would it sense that... It depends if it would sense that she knew what it was.
Mhm.
Or if it was more of she was going to just like touch my shoulder.
So it wouldn't be naturally aggressive. It wouldn't just like snap at her.
No, because otherwise it wouldn't be very good at mimicking a shoulder pad.
Yeah. You notice that as she kind of like reaches for it, it does kind of like tighten on your shoulder a little bit, as if it's a bit apprehensive.
Yeah.
But then she just like kind of basically just starts to stroke it, and it starts to like almost purr.
That's going to look weird as fuck if anyone walks in.
This is Althena. No one questions Althena. She's like the oldest person in the village.
Yes, but I also have a purring shoulder pad.
I think I can sort something out. What is it? Does it have a particular favorite?
No, it pretty much eats anything I give it. So it's hard to tell what's good for it and what isn't.
She goes, "Come with me." And she just kind of like goes out the door, and like as she's about to leave, she goes, "Children, I'm stepping out for a moment. Please do not burn down my shop." Miss Katara, and you see like a fairly like you know stocky, dark-skinned woman. It's like, "Yes, Miss Althena, I'm stepping out. I will be back momentarily. Watch your arm, miss. I'll see you when you get back." And you step out to the street, and she leads you back to the tavern. And you notice that like as you're walking through, like everyone like almost instinctually kind of like moves out of her way with like, you know, tip of the cap, you know.
I would say she is essentially an elder of the town, isn't she? So all the respect.
I mean, she's an elf. She could be older than the town itself.
Well, yeah, no, that's why I meant like she's essentially an elder of the town. So all the respect.
Yeah. She walks into the tavern. Like, you know, greeting pretty much everyone that's in there by their first name, asking after their children, and just she seems to know everything about every single individual in the village. And she takes you past the bar into the kitchen, and you notice that the tavern owner's wife is in there, and yeah, she gives Althena a nod. "Miss Arkawa, could I ask for the use of your kitchen for a very brief moment? I need to prepare something a little bit special." And Arkawa kind of like a glance at you, glance at her, and goes, "Oh, I'm not one to argue with you. I'll go help. I'll go try and hunt down my daughter. She's been a bit shirking her duties over the last couple of days. Just stomps out." And yeah. Althena goes and starts like kind of rooting through a couple of shelves and a couple of pantries, and she goes over to like a large, what looks like a solid metal chest at the end of the room, like tucked away in a corner, and she opens it, and even standing like several feet away from it, you can feel there's like a wash of cold air come out from this thing. And she pulls out a small, what looks like a cube, about 2 foot in diameter, and just like gently places it on a table. And emanating from this little like 2 foot cube is just like intense cold. And she goes back to rooting around in the box, and she pulls out like 3 or 4 what look like well cut steaks, grabs the cube, puts it back, closes the box, and like locks it. And she goes back and goes, "So, what would you prefer? Would you prefer it cooked or raw?"
I don't know. I didn't think this far.
I'll tell you what, we'll try him with raw, shall we? And she kind of holds out a like steak to your mimic. Your mimic like seems like very like, what the fuck is it? It's fucking food. There's like a mouth like extends out from the shoulder pad.
It's essentially a Riley. It will eat pretty much anything that's put in front of it.
Oh, jam.
Althea chuckles and goes, "He's a very hungry boy, isn't he?"
Yeah.
It's not often you see such a young mimic make a bond with an adventurer. You must be very special.
Well, I kind of almost killed it by mistake. So I hurt it. So I looked at. I thought it was only right that I look after it.
She's smiling like very broadly. Like, It is not often you find an adventurer that is willing to look after a monster, rather than just slay it offhand, because of how it looks and how it appears.
Oh, but it looked so cute.
That he does.
And to be fair, I have horns. If people don't know of my people, I look like a monster. So, well, horns and goat feet.
Make a insight check.
Insight check.
Do an insight check.
Eh. Oh well, that's not.
It's all right. I rolled fucking awful for that one.
Way.
As you're
Press X out.
as you're saying that, you notice that her gaze sort of becomes like very far away and almost wistful and sorrowful, as if she's playing something back in her mind from a long time ago. Before she shakes it off and says, there are far too many people out in this world that judge things before they get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
Only more people were like you. I should keep this safe for your little pet here. And she kind of sort of like waves her hand offhandedly in the air, and like her staff appears in her hand from like fucking nowhere. Just the staff appears in her hand, and she like
That's cool.
she touches the staff to the stakes, and like vines like wrap around them, and like a small wax and seal, just like over like when they're completely wrapped, small wax and seal breaches on them, and just kind of like seals them. As long as you don't open this, that's to keep them fresh for around about a week.
Fabulous, thank you. What do I owe you?
And you do not know me anything, dear child.
Oh, thank
I'm
you,
just
so
happy to help.
kind.
And now I think we better get out of Akawa's kitchen before she comes back and finds us in here messing with things. She can be a bit aggressive, that one.
Yeah,
We don't
sounds
want
like
to
an
cause
idea.
problems for her husband after all. Let's go.
Yes.
You know, you kind of scamper outwards.
Yep.
And just like kind of as you're coming out, you see like the halfling bartender. I hope you guys didn't break anything back there.
No.
Oh, if you see my daughter and her brother, make sure you send them back. Their mother is looking for them. Make sure you find her before their mother does. She's not exactly happy.
If we spot them, I'll tell her to run home.
Thank you very much. And he goes back to serving his customers. What do you plan to do for the rest of the day, Miss Fox? Well, up until lunchtime, anyway.
I don't know. I'll probably just have a mooch around to explore the town, because we haven't really explored as such. It's mainly been along the main road and then like wherever the games were. So I should probably have like a more thorough wander around.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you go for your wander around. Are you going to go anywhere in particular?
No.
To any of the named locations, or just like in any?
No,
direction?
just literally just gonna mooch.
Okay. Aside from the shops that you've already seen and the main players that you've already interacted with, like you see a few of the other shopkeepers around. Like you see you see Halfdan knocking around sometimes, like just kind of doing his own thing. Let's see, you've got the two Dragonborn brother and sister group alternating between trying to sell their wares and arguing and throwing shade at each other. You've got Mr. Orzan, the guy in charge of the general store, who's just basically still trying to hawk his wares and maybe buy some things off of people. What else we got? You do see the small little female gnome, and she's got her own stall set up, and she's selling just gems and trinkets like necklaces and stuff.
Ooh, sparklies.
Her booth is getting a lot more attention from the female and more effeminate male nobles,
Yes.
and she has
The
actually been
sparkles.
joined by a dragonborn female,
Mm.
a sapphire gem dragonborn,
Ooh.
and you notice that I'm gonna say you you probably hang around for a little bit at that point. I imagine. There's
Yeah.
oh, shit. So as you're hanging around, you do notice that one of the nobles is almost trying to bully the actual shopkeeper, whose name is Ryan, and she's like a little female gnome, and you get the sense that there's no like trying to bully her a little bit until this giant Dragonborn female Dragonborn comes up and just like the guy instantly backs down. and like as the guy turns away, like the Dragonborn like gives the gnome like a very protective hug.
I would definitely be smoking.
No, this is my gnome. As you venture out into the back streets and like the more residential areas, it's not really that different from any other village you've been in. It's a bit busier because of the festival, but the rest of the town is pretty much as you'd expect to find it. If you go towards the south, you do find that like just like down here where I'm clicking, that's like a little bathhouse type area that's been set up. And then you've got like the giant pyramid in the south, which from your travels you know to be like a temple of sorts. And you'd expect to find temples like this dedicated to like different gods scattered throughout the land, some to like Hathis, some to Thul, some to Nyath, a couple to Horatio if they don't have like a dedicated city watch, maybe a few to the like more minor lesser gods. This one seems to be like a catch-all for it's like the general store of temples. So just every god and like minor god you have is called like here, because the town is really big enough for like a dedicated one, and there's not enough space to like have little ones to everyone. So it's just a catch-all for everything. Cool. And you do see the other paladins of Nyath, the High Priestess and the Oriana from Hathis and the Baal Hatzal High Priestess and her guards are just kind of hanging out here, like kind of like just outside, just chatting to each other. Oriana, the High Priestess of Baal Hazal, and the High Priest of Nyath seem to be like a very, very in-depth, like theological discussion with each other, basically doing the "my god is better than your god because X," well, fuck you, my god's better than yours because Y argument. And all the paladins are kind of just stood around, just like kind of giving each other a look. It's like just if they start slapping each other, then we'll get involved. Although you notice that, I mean, if you do hang around there for a little bit, you notice that the argument between the High Priest of Nyath and the High Priestess of Baal Hazal is a lot more charged than it should be.
To be honest, I don't think she would probably hover too much.
Yeah. You do get a little wave from Oriana though, just because she's friendly. She gives you a little wave.
Yeah.
If you go up to the north, you will spot the gardens way up to the north. This is, you've been in Alanth before, so you've seen like they've got some massive, extravagant gardens, and even though the nobles probably would let you into like the closed community type areas they've got there, you've seen some pretty elaborate gardens. This one is on like the lower end of that scale, but it is a pretty nice little walled off garden with some benches, a few statues in there, a few little maybe more private areas just off to the sides there that, you know, as you walk through, it's pretty obvious they've got some activity of recent. To the west here, there is like almost like a wrecked area of the city. You walk from like
that's where the
buildings.
That's where the big pool was, wasn't it?
Yes, there is like a massive like a hole in the wall that's got like scaffolding and put up stuff. So it looks to be in like a state of repair, but obviously for the festival things have been put on hold. There's like several destroyed buildings around. It's not immediately evident as to what happened to like. It just looks like it's a part of the city that's fallen into disrepair for some reason. But it definitely looks like, if you look at like some of the rubble around it, it looks like the wall has been like imploded inwards. So it's not just fallen in disrepair. It looks like something like actually smashed its way into the town.
Okay. Right.
Are you gonna investigate that any further, or just?
Nah, I'll probably leave it for now and tell the guys later. But I need to be right back.
Okay. So Vox pops around. Let's get back to Bray. Let's do your challenges for the morning. Do 60/20s for me.
60/20s.
Yes, please.
So I'll do 5 because that's the maximum I can do at the moment, and then I'll
Yeah,
do
let's
an-
do a +1.
one.
Yeah. Ooh, you win all but 2 of your bouts.
And I got one more to add, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
One more. Oh.
Well,
So
sorry.
half and half. Half and
half
half.
and half, yeah. That's the way Roll20 seems to be going today. It's like,
Yeah.
You can do alright.
Yeah, you do kind of average, but you do get like more people like betting and like betting higher numbers because they think it's like, oh, this little fairy beat the Red Rage. You know, the big like. You get the
Yeah.
sense that as people like wrestling you and like, I guess Yotal would hear this as well because he's hanging around.
Yeah.
The Red Rage has the reputation in town of basically being like the big enforcer of the local guard. So if if people are fucking around, if there's like a pub fight or something, and like she gets called in, everyone immediately is like fuck and like drops to the floor. And it's like don't let it hurt me, don't let it hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a little bit of backstory to her. Actually, she's an old like you get like little filtered lines in that you know like someone sounds like for an ex-bandit she's showing really good. You get the sense that she was a bandit when she was part of a bandit group that attacked the town before, but was bested by the captain and ended up swearing fealty to him and turning around and killing her own bandit leader for him. Yeah, she is the biggest bad, but yeah, you get a few bits. The village kind of like starts to like peter out, and you notice that in the tavern and from Althena's place, like food starts to filter out, starts to put on tables in the middle of the village. It's lunchtime. Now you will come together for lunchtime. Bray, you are allowed by your handlers to go get something to eat, if only to maybe grease some pockets. You notice Amir hasn't returned yet, but you do kind of. Well, he hasn't returned to the group, but you do notice him like mingling with a few of the nobles, like talking to a few of them, shaking some hands here, making small talk, just basically doing the noble thing that he was supposed to be doing for the last 2 days, but just had so much fun with you guys. We're going to break from lunch. You guys have some role play. I'm going to go for a quick cigarette and go for a quick pee. So, it's lunchtime, Vox.
Yeah,
Everyone's joined up for lunch.
I did hear. I just needed to mute for a minute because of my mouth.
Okay, that's fine. I will be back in a minute.
Hey.
Ray,
Still
who
hurting.
of those guys stay with you?
Huh?
Who are those fellows who stay with you?
They're part of the circus, my friend.
So why do they need to follow you?
Oh, are you here as well?
Yeah. He said we all met up for lunch.
Well, you gotta make sure the coin goes to the right people.
Are you in trouble?
I assume I'm still patrolling. I'm not sure.
I mean, he said everyone, so surely you would have a lunch break.
Yeah.
No lunch break. Not for scum like me. Yeah, sure.
What was the question again? Sorry.
Are you in any trouble?
Can't. This isn't in character. I can't. I don't know if I can answer that. If that makes sense to you, I'm not sure how to answer that. In fact,
Out of character, Pete. Why are you unable to answer anything?
Because he's been followed.
I'm being followed. I also have like obviously the slave collar like around my neck that all they have to do is touch a ring and it causes me like hit damage basically. But obviously, I'm being very intensely watched today because obviously that night when they noticed I'd been too chummy with people, I got punished.
Is there anyone around?
Sorry,
Can you whisper and they'll hear you?
I don't know. That's Ben.
It might be worth trying to find out.
We're eating a meal, aren't we?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
because it's
arrange
lunchtime.
I'm gonna arrange my.
Yeah,
peas
he'll
to say.
arrange his... Yeah, do
Right. Yeah. So, what was the question again? Sorry.
that. Are
So
you
just-
in trouble?
She's gonna arrange her piece to say yes.
You can't tell us anything.
Arranges it to say no.
The collar.
Hmm?
Should
Have you know?
say the collar. Because she would have
Yeah.
noticed it, like, I'm sure we would have noticed the collar before, but we wouldn't have, like,
Yeah.
thought anything of it as such.
Yeah.
Well, she can point at it, can't she? Because he doesn't know that we're talking about it. He can just, like, make a scratching movement or something.
Yeah. I'll make a scratching movement type of thing. Yeah.
I
Right.
reckon that collar's magical.
That's not good.
I reckon we shouldn't be seeing things out loud
Hmm.
in front of loads of people.
We should
That's just me.
we should totally do something. We could be talking about anything.
But how are we going to find out who is this? How you say handler? That's right. Would that be the right word?
Yeah, you're a really weird human. 'Cause I'm guessing we assume you're human at this point.
Yeah.
And
Is
an
the
accent,
human-
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And I mean, it's I think it's pretty obvious who.
Should we do something about it?
I reckon we should hold off for a bit.
But before they go,
Speaking of which, Bray, how long are you in town?
Well, as long as the carnival's here, just
Right.
you know, we're doing our bit for the Sultan and the people. You know, we've done a draw entertainment to everyone.
It'll be a
So
little
as
while
soon
longer
as
then.
the festival's over,
We
you
move on.
I know the feeling. I mean, I don't know what we're doing after this. Yautal.
out of character, we're gonna have to do something, otherwise he's gonna piss off with the carnival.
Yes, yes.
So she, by the way, just so you know,
She.
is
So-
yeah,
so-
Bray is
I
female.
know. I'm sorry, I keep getting a bit mixed
It's
up in my
okay.
head.
She's very boyish in nature because obviously barbarian. You know, it's not natural for a fairy to be a barbarian, but that's what I was kind of going for, put spinning a trope on its head type of thing. Like you'd expect like a mage or something like that.
Unfortunately, about half of the fairies that I have role played with have
Mhm.
played barbarians because that's what everyone does.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Maybe it's not as underdog as I thought.
I think it's probably
alright.
because
There are no original thoughts left in the universe.
Yeah, that's true.
but it's probably because it is an unusual pairing.
And it is funny to think about a barbarian fairy just punching someone clean across the room.
Right, I'm back.
Oh, yeah. Right. I don't.
Music.
We didn't want to. I don't know if you could still hear what we were doing, but I didn't want to tread on your toes or anything. But they were asking obviously questions about my handlers, and I couldn't technically answer. But what I did was
You wrote it
arrange
in
my
P's.
arranging P's
Like-
subtly to
like yes
answer
and
or
no.
and then scratched at my collar, without pointing. Obviously, I was just making a scratching motion.
For context, you don't have a collar necessarily.
Oh, okay.
You have a ring on your index finger, and you have sort of like a circlet type thing. That's
Oh, okay.
that's not very elaborate, but it's something that you and all of your troop wear. So
Yeah.
it's almost like it's like a part of the uniform type thing. That is essentially is what your, for lack of a better phrase, control collar is.
Right.
Yeah, so
It's
it's essentially a collar, but doesn't look like a collar.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I didn't want like things to happen behind your back or anything
No,
like.
that's
So
fine.
I just want to be very forthcoming about it. So
Yeah.
uh,
Oh, excuse me.
do I need to make any like deception rolls
Um,
or?
You are under close watch at the moment. So if you're trying to like hint at things, you
Yeah.
are going to need to make a deception check so you don't like give yourself away.
Okay. No. So deception, wherever that's gone. I always lose track of things on the menu.
Skills are alphabetical.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh, it's a -2. Okay. Here goes everything.
Oh God.
Yeah.
As you're trying to talk about this and like trying to give hints, you do feel not like an overwhelming pain, but like definitely a little like shock from the circlet.
Yeah. I
And-
flinch a bit.
Yeah, you can see like over like on the like other side of the table, over the person in front of you shoulder, like kind of one of your handers will like shake his head and put like a finger to his lips.
Okay.
Can I do a perception check to see if I notice?
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, one
Same
sec.
as well, because he's a watchman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both your deception checks. Perception, not deception.
I would like to
Oh,
see-
for God's sake!
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh, roll 20, really?
You see Bray kind of like glance over the person in front of her shoulder, but there's far too many people milling around. You don't really see who he's like who she's looking at.
I'm calling bullshit on that. 2 7s.
I'm calling. Hang on, let's have a look at what the rolls
Fixed.
were. 2 and a 2.
What?
That is highly suspicious. But no, we're going to say no. You don't perceive who she was looking at,
Okay.
Mm,
unfortunately.
I'm going to disappear. Not out of not out of game, in game. Just sort of like out of the way where nobody is like looking.
Just look, I'm gonna disappear.
Make
No.
make a stealth check for me.
Oh, the paladin with a stealth check, hooray!
Clang, clang, clang.
You're a giant snake man in heavy metal plate trying to be stealthy. Let's see how you do.
Okay.
I mean, you think you've done a good job. And, you position yourself in the shadow of one of the statues.
I am
Like,
the
hell
master
yeah.
of sneak.
I'm
Clang,
very
clang, clang,
Oh,
clang.
suspect something.
I need to go somewhere hidden.
Yeah.
I do. So can I look around and see if there's actually anyone around, like around here? So, or are they all eating?
You look around and everyone seems to be eating. There's a few people milling around at the edges, but it's mostly like the bodyguards of the Sultan that came with you. It's a few of the local town guards that are just on the fringes. You do notice a few people that came along with the carnival, but you just assume they're security.
So
And
nobody
as
can
you
actually...
as you think you're being really stealthy, you do feel like a tap on your elbow, and you look down and there's a small child looking up at you, going, "Why are
Aww.
you standing behind the statue?"
I am doing holy things for the good of mankind, and I really need a teeny bit of privacy.
Holy thing. Do you have a blanket that needs knitting? My mum does needlework.
Well, you broke Pete.
My mum does needlework.
Holy shit.
Oh God.
I'm guessing Yotar wouldn't really have had a lot of experience with children.
mainly
No.
eggs.
I mean, this child's waiting for a reply. It's not going to go away.
You see that nice lady over there with the horns?
Oh God.
Yeah.
She loves talking to children.
You're very strange.
I am. I also have a big sword.
He goes, I've got a sword too. Like fumbles at his belt, pulls out like a toy sword that's like no more than like a foot in length.
I'm quite curious to see if I would notice this.
I hope you would.
just see Yotal like his eyes just like wide-eyed stare as a like a help me.
Make a perception check to see if you notice.
I thought another fucking 7. Now, I'm calling all the bullshit here.
Hang on. Yeah, that fucking no, that's the same roll as before. Roll that again. That's better.
Help me!
You do notice like the Yotal like off in the shadow of like the big statue that's there, and like a small child that seems to be like asking him questions, and he's looking desperately in your direction.
Oh yeah, I'll probably smirk and say, "I'll be right back, guys," and I get up and go over.
Yeah, as you come over, the child clocks you and goes, "Oh, hello, you're the Horn Lady."
I am the Horn Lady. What are you doing?
I'm going to look at her. I will tell you if you can keep it a secret.
I like secrets. What are you doing?
I mean, I was talking to the child because the look on your face, it's gonna be kind of obvious you don't want the kid there. So I've come over to take the kid, like to drag the kid away. But I can't just pick up a child and run. That's kidnapping. So yeah, I'll be asking the kid, "Oh, what are you doing?"
I'm talking to him. He's hiding behind here, and I want to know why. He's being strange. He's interested. I want to talk to him.
Well, unfortunately, he's busy. Why don't you come play with me for a bit, and then you can talk to him in a little while.
What have you got?
I mean, there's food. You could sit on my shoulders and hold onto my hands, and I'll run around with you on my shoulders.
Make a persuasion check.
Hang on.
roll
Persuasion. Yeah!
Oh, yeah, okay.
Child seems deep in thought for a moment, looking between the two of you, seeing which one has the better deal. Little tiny peach face wrinkled in deep thought of a child that's weighing up its options. Okay, I'll go with you then.
Okay, and then I'd pick the kid up, put it on my shoulders, and just start like give a last look of to Yotal, like, you fucking owe me one, and then just start running off back to the main
8
street.
feet away, the child turns from on your shoulder and goes, "Bye, Miss Playman. Bye."
Goodbye.
Good riddance.
Totally ruining your attempt at stealth, but there we go.
But yeah, so then I'll run back over to like the main road and instead of just running around with a fucking random child on my shoulders.
No, she's got. I kind of glance over. Oh, she's got another child again.
And seeing as I don't want to believe a child, I'm going to use my shape changer technique and turn polymorph into a medium snake.
Are you just going to leave your armor there, are you?
Well, I've got. No, you're right. I need to hide it somewhere.
You could just throw a blanket, like some kind of blanket or something over it, or hide it behind some boxes.
That's an idea.
Okay. There are a few boxes around. Yeah, there's some like crates and things have been brought along for like different stalls for the festival type thing. So there are a few crates and stuff around. You could have the opportunity to hide stuff in.
I'm going to hide my armor.
Make a sleight of hand check for me. We're going to see how well you hide your stuff. Okay. You transform yourself into a snake then, I guess.
Snake.
What are you doing as a snake?
Snake.
I'm going to follow Bray as a
We're at the
snake.
table still, aren't we?
Yeah, I know.
But you're gonna have to go back to the.
I'm gonna. As a snake, I'm gonna hide here and when Bray moves, I'll follow him. Her.
Mhm.
It. I'll get it eventually.
It's all right.
Okey-dokey. As you all at the table and things are starting to wind down at lunchtime, like the higher up, like the big end of the table, all the nobles and like the mayor and his missus and the sultan and that are. The sultan's still getting a few glances from his wife to make him behave. So the sultan is being the absolute picture of the gracious and honourable and friendly nobleman. I cannot do any wrong.
I kind of giving a cheeky laugh about it because obviously after witnessing the earlier discipline from his wife.
Marcus is not really around. He seems to have made himself a little bit scarce. Just to like.
Can I ever
avoid-
tell you the time I got the Sultan in trouble with his wife?
He's probably already concocting that story as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do see the Sultan's children are around him as well. The middle child, the bookish one with the glasses, is in deep conversation with the man's wife, and they've got like a collection of books around them. And they seem to be talking about like law related to the local area. The youngest one is alternating between like grabbing stuff from the table, stuffing it in his face, and playing with the local kids, while his bodyguards are not too far away. And every so often he'll run up to one of them and just put his favorite pedal of the moment in one of their pockets, and then go back to playing.
It's already over encumbering enough. He keeps adding weight.
The oldest child seems to be milling around with the other nobles, but her bodyguards are stuck to her like glue at the moment. They're not letting her go very far, and
The oldest one is that.
the oldest one, yeah, who she's 21, she's early 20s. She seems to be going through the motions basically until she gets to Amir, and I'm going to use one of his rolls actually. What should I use that roll on? Let's do. How cheeky is Amir feeling today?
It's Tom. He's always feeling cheeky.
I was actually just about to say that.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for it.
When he
Ash-
hears this, he's gonna laugh.
As she walks up to Amir, after talking to a few of the other nobles, she starts talking to him in almost like a very by the book, almost robotic kind of way, until like Amir sort of like basically offers her a wine glass and starts to like talk to her in Amir's very friendly tone, and she actually takes the wine glass and thinks for a moment and then sort of like sits down and starts actually talking to him properly, not just like chatting nonsense and doing the normal political back and forth that you do when nobles talk to each other, but actually starts talking to him properly for once, and they stay seated and actually start chatting. And you notice that Amir tries to have a bit of a joke with her bodyguards, but it absolutely falls flat. And that actually makes her laugh. We're gonna wind down lunchtime. Let's see, Mr. Sergeant, you're going back on patrol for the afternoon. You're going to be given a split patrol, so you're only going to be patrolling for half of the afternoon, and the rest of the afternoon you'll have off because you are warned that you're going to have to do the night shift tonight. So you're going to get a bit of a break. Everyone else, you are free to do as you wish.
I'm still probably gonna have to work.
Does my patrol ever take me round the back of this statue?
I imagine it would at some point, yes.
Would I have ever noticed? Would I notice a pile of things, or would you want me to roll anything?
You'd have to look for it specifically, and unless Mr. Yotal made you aware of what he was doing, you wouldn't have seen him do it.
That's fine.
Except for the child is probably looking back. And
I mean,
nobody else
he
to
said
believe it.
goodbye.
He's
to you,
wearing
but-
the helmet.
I mean, he didn't see you turn into a snake, so
I was too busy
Like,
running around with the kid on my shoulders, so.
Yeah.
I kept my eyes the same, just in case, and so sort of. Let's see. So it's just if anyone recognizes my eyes or not.
I mean, you're a big ass snake. They probably wouldn't be looking at your eyes too much. If anyone spots you, they're probably gonna be like, "Ah, fuck snake," and give you a kick.
That snake just has the most dreamy eye.
I mean, I know Vox wouldn't, because Vox always likes like the creatures that everybody seems not to
Right, I'll
enhance the
slither
baby
up,
mimic.
I'll slither up the box. Just so I'm with the party a bit.
Are you going to make yourself immediately obvious, or are you going to try and like come up to Vox in a way where only she sees you? Bear in mind, there's still a lot of people around, so like
I'll try and
random-
come up to Vox as she sees me, just so she sees me.
do a stealth roll for me.
Okay, I don't know what the stealth is for a snake. Hang on.
I will figure it out. Just roll your stealth. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Stealth.
Oh, that's a lot better. Yeah, you managed to, in like all the commotion of like people like moving chairs and like tables out of the way and like removing plates, you managed to like slither your way between legs and just keep to the shadows a little bit. And yeah, you're right smack bang next to Vox. Vox, there is a massive fucking snake at your feet.
Would I need to do a perception to see if I recognise the eyes? Because
You would need to make a perception check or a investigation or something like that.
I probably want more perception because she's not actively looking. She's
Like
just. I mean that'd be a bit weird.
A winking snake. Yeah. That would be weird.
Then you'd be like, I have to insight check this snake. Why is it winking at me?
That's strange. You do recognise the eyes actually of being that of Yo's Howls.
So I'd probably I'd look down, notice, and then just like look around to make sure no one's really paying attention, and just like, how? Just in case I'm like imagining things.
The snake just sort of nods.
Well-
Just like a snake.
That explains why you're a weird ass human.
This explains so much.
This explains everything.
Just going to sort of like move the tail in front of the mouth and just go, shh, while sort of like sort of,
I think she might end giggling just because this is a weird ass. This is weird, even for her.
then I'm gonna use it. Can I use the tail to sort of indicate I'm going to follow Bray?
Of course you can, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and like sort of like indicate that I'm going to follow Bray, find out what the fuck's going on.
Okay. Do you want me to like keep an eye on it at a bigger distance?
Yes, just nod.
Okay. And then she'll just nod and just carry on like nothing's odd at all. Everything's perfectly normal.
Okay.
So now we
Yo,
wait.
Tal. Yo,
Now
Tal,
we
as you're talking with Vox, you notice her shoulder pad. A small eye opens up on the shoulder pad and like looks down to you. And sort of like glares at you for a second before disappearing back into the shoulder.
Oh yeah, because no one really knows about the mimic yet.
No, not really.
The mimic's jealous.
Yeah. So this is my mum. You fuck off.
Bix,
Hmm?
you look at the gif I just put.
Yes, it is essentially that.
All right. Yes. So Bray, you are you're not free to do what you want yet. You try to go back to your
No.
like arm wrestling thing, and like you are very quickly like basically grabbed by the elbow and like basically pulled into the shadows of like this statue here,
Yeah.
and you find a dude that you really don't want to see,
Oh God.
and it's the ringleader's main enforcer. Very large,
What is it now? Did I eat my peas wrong? Did I eat my food wrong?
very large, scar-covered dude, like doing the whole like
Hmm.
typical like villain thug shit of like picking his fingernails with a knife, just like
Yeah.
trying way too hard. He's like,
Was it wrong? Like, did I eat my food wrong?
you know what you did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Trying to give little hints to your little friends there. Do we have to
I
remind
mean,
you?
And-
Do we really
and
have
I
to
s-
remind you what happened?
And I still
just
sat
gonna-
like right there. Sorry. I just want to clarify that are we still sat at the same fucking table?
No. The
Okay.
tables have dispersed now.
I was just
I was
just
gonna
like
say to him, do you not realise the bruises you give me are visible?
So, you say that like we care.
Like, people ask questions.
Mm.
People get suspicious of the people closely watching me.
And we'll tell them you're an aggressive, dangerous little animal. There's no telling
Oh,
what
yeah.
you could do. You've been beating all kinds of people left, right, and centre. You should say your anger don't get the best of you, and sometimes you have to be restrained for your own safety.
I mean, you might find that out one day.
We've been doing this dance for long enough, right? I don't want to hurt you. These
Oh,
fine everyone here don't want to hurt you.
You don't want to hurt me. Next joke.
Can I ask a question?
You're bringing this all on yourself, you know. It's a shame. I thought you'd be one of the few to earn your freedom for the collar, but it seems you're going to stay there for longer.
I am doing my best.
Seeing actively following him, would I be there, like sort of like slithering around somewhere?
Make a stealth roll for me. Let's see if you can be somewhere where you're not seen.
Would it be a bit of advantage because he's a snake?
I'll tell you. Just roll it. We'll see what you get.
Stealth. I'm stealthy.
You
Yeah.
have actually managed to get somewhere where you can hear this entire conversation. No one knows you're there.
Mm.
And you basically see this dude walk up to Bray and essentially just like hook a finger underneath her collar, like bringing her to his eye level. This Bray, you're a good money earner for us, all right? We don't want to be hurting you. We don't want to put you out of commission. You earn good money for us. But if you push him too far, you know what he'll do. You remember
Can you
your
tell Clive?
You remember your little friend, the one that tried to escape, the one that we unfortunately had to flay and leave to the devils?
Is that another fairy you're on about, by the way?
It was another fairy, yes.
Hmm.
We had to take their wings. It was all just a mess. We don't want
Yeah, I still owe you for that when I'm free.
You think you'll get free? I don't think so.
oh, if he only fucking knew.
He lets go of your circlet. Look, just go out there, earn the money, come home, and we can forget all this, eh? Now, me and the lads gonna go get ourselves a drink. But don't think no one's gonna have eyes on your little one. Now, come on, lads. Let's go avail ourselves of this town's hospitality.
Remember, pace yourselves. You know your limit's low.
Doesn't get a reaction from them. They're all trained professionals.
Yeah.
They do amble off.
After
Yeah.
hearing all this, I'm going to slither back and get my armor.
Let's see. You go back for your armor.
Mm-hmm.
Highs or lows?
Eyes.
You lucky bastard.
You've
Your
been
armor
rolling
is,
high today.
your armor is still there.
I'm
was
gonna
gonna have-
change it.
I was gonna have someone steal your fucking armor and leave you as a snake for a hot minute, but no.
No, I'm gonna get back into my armor
Mm-hmm.
and find Vox. Tell her everything that I just heard.
Break, you come out
Yeah.
and
Set up nice in the game.
yeah, Fox, did you want to like watch things from afar, basically?
Yeah, basically, I'd keep an eye on where Yotal went, and then I'd like watch. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to hear, but I'd be watching.
Yeah.
Break comes out of the alley, a tear kind of going down her face because she thinks she's trapped like trapped in this life for like ever now, or as long as the humans live.
Oh hell nah!
And then she goes and sits back to a table. The show must go on.
Not for long.
Did you see where those men went to drink?
Is that me or?
Yes, you, because you were watching at the same time.
You would have watched them go into the tavern.
Funny enough, I did.
Let's go mess them up.
Shall we go introduce ourselves?
I have a better idea.
I like the sound of this. Do tell.
You know my little secret.
Yes, which explains so much, by the way.
It would be a shame if some of my venom accidentally reached into their drinks, would it not?
Oh yes, it would be a damn shame.
Absolutely. And as a paladin, this is part of my faith, helping those less fortunate out of sticky situations like this. So it should be.
Should I go be a distraction?
Yes, I think you should.
I love this. The paladin doing something questionable. It's what my god would have wanted.
I'm putting them in eternal sleep. I think she'll be fine.
I wasn't saying that in character.
I mean, your god is the goddess of death, the underworld, dream.
It's
I don't know,
fucking perfect.
you can kind of swing it. This isn't going to technically break your oath. I'll allow it.
Alright, so we go in the tavern.
Yep.
Because this is
really-
taking a little while. Mr. Sergeant,
Yeah,
you've
let-
just come off. You have come off your patrol. You are now on your break. Things have been a little bit tense during your patrol. You notice that the dwarf is like giving you shooting you a lot of very suspicious looks. Like you get the sense she doesn't trust you as far as she could throw you. In fact, even less than she could throw you because she's like a dwarf, so she could probably chuck you a considerable distance. But the human is far more friendly with you. He makes small talk with you as you go around. He introduces you to a few people. So it's not been as bad as you might have expected. But they let you go on your break and just tell you to probably go chill out in the tavern for a bit because the night watch is probably going to last a while. So rest up while you can.
I think he's actually going to be, if he can, put his head down somewhere for a little bit.
You can go back to the guardhouse. Yeah.
Yeah, or if he's allowed to, maybe just kind of doze in the tavern, just with a drink. You pay,
Yeah.
but like just sort of, when you're in a corner of like a pub and you just sort of rest your head back just a little bit.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah, you come in now. You are greeted by a couple of the just several locals. Just kind of give you a nod. Do like touching the forelock at you and stuff like that. The tavern owner obviously, just immediately clocks what you need. He's been at his job for a while now, and he sends you over a plate of just some bread, some cheese, like some fairly standard fare, just to keep it going. He gives you a tankard of just mead, or just liquid bread, stuff to really keep you going. And that's delivered to you by the young tiefling fella who's shown back up to work Finally. He seems very flushed in the face, actually.
Hmm.
And he serves you your stuff, and he goes about his business with a very distracted air. So the rest of you,
Take note
You-
of it, then just have a doze.
say again, you were cutting out a lot there.
Valence will take note of it and then just have a little doze.
Nice. You start your doze. As Bray, are you going to be entering the tavern with the other two, or are you hanging around outside?
Ray doesn't know what we're doing.
I'm hanging around outside because I know they're in the tavern, and
You
I
got
don't really.
Yeah, to be fair, we probably wouldn't want Bray there while we do it in case it kind of entangles her in the suspicion. So I'd probably just let Bray just stay out here for a bit, enjoy the sun. We're gonna be right back.
I already established that I'm doing my arm
Yeah,
wrestling anyway.
You're getting back to work, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Vox and Mr. Yotal, you enter the tavern. You notice that the sergeant is over in a cozy corner having a snooze. The young tiefling boy that has served you breakfast for the last couple of days is, back serving customers under the watchful eye of his father. The brutes that you, Yotal, saw and that you saw briefly, Vox, are seated at a table over in over in a corner, just keeping to themselves, just chatting to each other with a beer. Like one of them's playing that finger knife game as well. They seem to be rotating through that. So it's up to you. What do you do?
I've got to think of a way to distract them in a way where we can put the venom in the drinks.
I'm gonna go talk to the landlord.
Righto, you go talk to the innkeeper. Yeah.
Right.
I require 3 drinks and 2 gold to your discretion.
No questions asked. Oh shit.
He does raise an eyebrow at you. Goes, well done. No one's like with the church. No one's like with the church, lads. You just take these and just do your business. Just don't freak out the look. Just go. Shoo.
And I sort of hide my huddle them in a corner of the bar and lift my mask slightly and poison spray into all 3 of them.
Oh, sleight of hand check.
Oh god,
Oh,
don't get
God.
fucking caught.
Damn it.
Yes.
You managed to do this completely unnoticed. Don't know how the fuck you managed it in a fucking inn full of people, but yeah, you managed it.
I'm just going to the loo. Sorry, be
No,
right
it's-
back.
I lift the 3. I lift the 3 and I go up to the corner and go, "Here you go, boys. Courtesy of the church." Yeah.
They kind of give you a very suspicious look for the moment, but you immediately get the gist that these are men that won't turn down a drink.
Fucking idiots.
They're like, all right, cheers, Mr. Holy Man.
Wait, let's have a drinking contest. Be right back, and then she's gonna run to the bar and I'll get herself one. And run back.
That's an idea.
Let's
Put
see
the
who can
gold on the bar.
let's see who can down their drink the fastest.
They kind of all they look you up and down, see like a slight female satyr, and they're like, yeah, we can do this. Right, and that's they show this little hoof horn little girl what real men are about. They kind of bang their drinks down 1, 2, 3, shrug. Do a con save for me, Miss Fox.
Okay. Constitution.
She's fine.
You are barely beaten out by the ringleader, by the guy who's obviously in charge. He just barely beats you and just kind of slams his tankard down. It's like, seems like even little girls from the forest know what they're about.
Oh, very good.
Can I quickly just give you the slightest piece of advice?
What's that, little one?
Don't call a little girl like me, who has very good horns for headbutting assholes with, a little girl.
Oh, do an intimidation for me. Try and intimidate this fucker.
This
I mean,
fucker's
if it doesn't work, she will just headbutt him. It's fine. Like, please, please, please.
He does laugh, but it is like almost like a half joking gun laugh. For reference, I rolled a 13 as well, so it's a stalemate.
Oh, shit.
So there's kind of like an uneasy air of like him, like, would she actually headbutt me? I can't look weak in front of my men. So he does kind of laugh at you and goes, yeah, well, I've dealt with things with bigger horns before.
Bigger horns doesn't mean I'm any less dangerous. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, Tal, let's go have some fun.
Of course. There's still more festival to go.
I hear the arm wrestling's really good.
Have a good life, gentlemen.
Have a quick look at how poison works.
I'm sure I'm stretching it a bit.
No, that's fine. I can make it work. Don't you worry. These bloody need to make
Apparently, I also have poison spray.
Nope. 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 Oh,
Why does it sound like he's using a pop-o-matic?
because I have a dice tower. As you're leaving, you notice kind of like one of them starts to go like a bit green in the face and starts to like choke a little bit. And the ring leader goes, "Oh, Jeff, you never could hold your drink, you bloody wuss. Colin, take him outside, get some bloody fresh air." Your poison spray only successfully worked on one of them.
No, fuck.
Oh.
The others passed their con saves, unfortunately. That was good, though. That was a good bit of roleplay. A good use of that ability. I do like that.
Oh, it's a shit. Oh, so they take half as much damage on the successful one. How game? Oh wait, no, I'm reading the wrong thing. I'm reading the wrong thing again. Hang on. Where's my character sheet gone?
Poison spray must succeed on a con saving throw or take 1d12 poison damage. And the poison ability, you need to pass a con save, otherwise you stay poisoned and take consecutive damage. I believe that's how the condition works, so that's how I'm rolling.
Okay.
They were basically rolling to resist it the first time.
Mhm.
The one that is taking poison damage will continue to take damage and may even die.
Good.
So,
Fucking prick.
no, the rest of them fine. For the rest of the afternoon, Mr. Sergeant Arms for Lance, you're going to have a nap. So you're just going to be chilling in the tavern. Is you, Mr. Fox, and Mr. Yotal going to be doing anything else for the rest of the afternoon?
I'm just going to say, I was still listening whilst on the move. That was absolutely fantastic.
Hey, if they clearly don't turn around and drink from someone they don't fucking know, they're clearly gonna neck it. They're clearly gonna neck it if a girl puts up a challenge to beat them.
Yeah, yeah.
Fucking
You
morons.
proper put their masculinity on the line. I love it.
I mean, these guys are gold-plated bastards, so yes.
Well, there's one less to worry about.
I really hope I do get to headbutt that fucking leader at some point, though. That's gonna be so good. And if I don't, Chris, I'm gonna be very upset with you.
So we're going to be taking Bray home later. It's fine.
So for the rest of the afternoon, Bray, you're going to be doing your arm wrestling for the evening. I'm going to give you... Would you say Bray would be putting more effort into this right now?
Yeah, because obviously she doesn't want to get into trouble.
Righto. I want you to do another 6 strength saves for me.
Okay. So that actually saves, yeah?
Yes, and I'm going to add a couple of bonuses for you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You dominate the afternoon. You absolutely fucking dominate it. Just everyone that comes up to you just bam, 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 bam. You earn a shit ton of money. In fact, the last person you arm wrestle basically gets like a pulled pot from like everyone in the crowd because they can't believe that you could like maintain this winning streak.
Yeah.
And this guy is one of the guardsmen, seems very overconfident, like confident in himself, and in fact he's been chatting shit to you for like a good couple of hours. Like he's been calling you all kinds of names. He's been like,
Like
you
who?
you notice everyone seems to be like standing away from the guy a little bit. Like no one really likes this dude. But he seems confident he can beat you and manages to like talk other people in the crowd. He seems to be pulling in favors.
Gonna break his hand, aren't I?
And he gets quite a large sum of money. In fact, he gets the equivalent of about 50 gold together, including a couple of like precious stones involved. Because he managed to sweet talk a couple of the nobles into like giving him some jewelry. And he puts it all on the line. And yeah, you essentially have him at a deadlock for like 2 seconds.
Oh, I am so
and then
watching
just
this.
Slam it down, and you actually fracture one of his knuckles.
Oh,
And you
that's
get, you get like a big cheer from the crowd. Everyone's like, "Yeah,
Oh,
fuck
man,
you,
fuck.
Coo, you son of a piece of shit."
This is why they call me Bray, the man folder.
Yeah, you have, I mean, pretty much with this pot alone, you have negated all of the loss you have taken throughout the last couple of days.
Yeah,
This is a huge haul.
nice. They're gonna be happy with that, I hope.
Yeah. It's like, you know for a fact that when you get back to the carnival, the ringleader is going to be ecstatic. It's like, you've pulled in some gems, you've gotten some
Kind of
like,
perks her up a
jewelry. Like, and bearing in mind, this is jewelry from the type of nobles that would like throw a diamond away if it was the wrong shape.
Yeah,
So this is stuff that they probably don't even realize how expensive it is.
yeah.
But yeah,
That
you,
perks her up a bit, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because she was obviously really droopy. Like, if she was fluttering, she should have been. When she was really down, she'd be like drooping over as she flew. But now it's like head held high, wings proper spread out, like puffed chest, muscles proper flexed. She's ecstatic.
Mhm.
I am fucking strong.
So now we
Get
get
back!
into the evening. Mr. Sergeant, you are awoken around about dusk by like just like a gentle like shaking of your shoulder coming from the young tiefling lad.
Oh, thank you, boy.
I think you're needed on patrol, Sergeant. Yeah.
How the fuck do you know?
Well,
Is he still drunk?
well, Captain Salazar sent a runner to us. I thought it would be better if I woke you up than one of them.
You're a good lad. Here, have a silver piece.
No. He does
Thank you, sir.
sound like he's drunk, I'm not gonna lie. Have a silver piece.
Is that Valen sounds drunk while he's waking up?
And then he shakes the thing. Did I just give you a silver piece?
He goes,
Oh, no, no.
yes? You're not going to take it back, are you?
No, keep it.
Oh, you know, if you want it back, you can have it back.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, cool. Good day to you, sir. And he
Good lad.
goes about his
Good
business.
lad. And I'll get on my way.
As I'm guessing, me and we're all in the pub again after Bray's amazing wins. If when I see him coming down, I'll probably try and like grab him aside and kind of give him an update on what happened earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you giving the update to? The guard dude.
To you.
No, to
Me?
Sergeant.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
So what?
Right.
It's Fox, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. What do you want? I've got to go on patrol.
I know. It's just quick.
Yeah.
Do you know the whole thing with the fairy Bray?
Can we talk?
What do you mean? Can we talk?
Like, as it,
We-
is anyone of my
Can we talk?
handlers? Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I would have pulled you kind of aside, like into like a quieter area.
Well,
I wouldn't
okay.
just be like, "Oh, by the way,"
Hello.
in the middle of the pub.
You know the whole slavery thing.
Somebody say slavery.
And like I said, it'll be, oh well, me and Yotal kind of did some things to the three that were following her, but we're gonna have to do something. I don't know if we're gonna do anything tonight to help her, but I just thought I'd give you a heads up.
Right. Well, I've got to be on patrol, but if you need me, and I'll tell her where my patrol is. I probably know that,
Mhm.
and then I'll say I'll be around. Okay.
We'll
This
use
sort
the
of
god
thing
signal,
Does
it's
not
fine.
stand.
Yeah, hopefully your shift's quiet though.
Who knows?
And yeah, that'll be it.
Right. He gives her a curt nod, and then he's like, goes out.
where, am I in the pub having a drink as well? I don't know if I'm allowed.
You are outside at the moment.
Okay.
Can I go?
I love how the meta of that was. You just essentially confessed to a crime to a cop, and he was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll deal with that."
Like I don't like she doesn't give a shit. In her eyes, like they were committing a crime. She's just punishing them for committing a crime.
Yeah,
So-
because technically slavery is illegal. So like, if it's confirmed, it's yeah. I
Like
guess.
she doesn't give a shit.
Anyway, if I'm allowed by my handlers, I obviously ask them before I enter because I see one of them hanging around. Like, can I get a drink? I did quite well today.
Oh, I was actually just gonna run out and just like bang, just grab you and just drag you in.
No, but like, because she's done really well for herself, she hopes the handlers saw it and she's gonna like say, "Am I right to have a drink?"
Yeah, they give you an honest. All right, cool, then just don't cause any issues.
Hey, I just got us a load of money, mate. Come on, I gotta be happy about that.
Yeah, you've done your job. Congratulations. Don't cause any bloody trouble.
Oh, I want to headbutt him so bad.
All right. Hey, what was the name of the guy that like succumbed to the poison or whatever?
His name was. What was his name? Jeff. I think his name was.
I know Jeff didn't hold his drink. Told you.
Yeah, well, Jeff always was a bit of a wuss. Never could hold his drink properly.
Yeah, well, well, I'm watching. Right, I'll see you later. And then she's gonna fly into the van and go over to where Vox is. Hey, Vox.
Ray! We're gonna get our drink on.
Let's get our drink on.
No, she's actually going to be sensible in case that, like, Vox is actually for once going to be sensible with her alcohol intake.
Ooh.
Just in case
I'm
they
not.
decide to do anything to kind of try and free Bray tonight.
Alright, fair enough.
So she's thinking
as
ahead.
you guys are starting to drink. Yotal, where are you actually? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm around just listening.
I'm around.
So you're in the tavern, yeah?
Yes.
I love it.
As you're all starting to basically, I imagine, congregating together and starting to have a drink, you notice there's some commotion going on outside. Mr. Sergeant, doing your patrol, you are paired off with a young tiefling girl who seems to be almost in like her first couple of weeks worth of training. So she's doing that hyper aware thing that newbies do all the time, where they're looking at every shadow and studying everything, just like super hyper in detail. Much to the dismay of a very old dude by the name of Larkin, who seems to have been on the force longer than even you, and just doesn't seem to even look at any of the shadows at all. He just knows instinctively where things are and if there's any threats. And he kind of nudges you and goes, "We should probably head back. It's going to be a bit of a show. Oi, Yonsei, come on, we're off." Like, "But we should be doing patrols." Larkin, Yonsei, yeah. We got the Sultan's bodyguards here, all of us, a whole bunch of mercenaries. Trust me, anything that attacks us is way above our pay grade. Come on. And he leads the two of you back to the main street. And you notice the main street has changed radically. It's been set up with a lot of poles lining the street with different coloured like canvases stretched across the width of the roadway, lit with floating torches of multiple different colours.
And
And
Caledon's Pride Festival. I know it well.
yes,
I'll be right back real quick.
um, all of the villagers start to gather in the middle of the village, and the Vox, Bray, Yotal all come out to the tavern and look upon this scene. There's almost like a tensity in the air. There's something that's about to happen. You see Mr. Amir showing up with all the nobles. Mr. Amir is decked out in a very fine red and gold outfit, and he seems to be standing like almost in the shadows of the nobles a little bit, as if he's trying to like distance himself from them a bit.
Yeah.
As the rest of the nobles are like standing there like full regalia. You can tell that the outfit Mr. Amir is wearing is a lot more subdued than the other nobles. They seem to have like gone absolutely all out with their regalia. And as everyone's standing there waiting for something to happen, like you guys don't know what's going on. There just seems to be like a stillness in the air.
Mm.
The Sultan comes out with his wife and his family trailing behind him, with Mayor and the Mayoress closely following them. And basically the Sultan stands there for a moment, looks over all of you with a massive smile on his face. My friends, I honestly don't know how to thank you for the last 3 days. It puts into perspective what I originally fought for all those years ago. 30 years ago, when heroes of old went behind the obsidian wall, found me, dragged me kicking and screaming back to the Vizier, and the Vizier slapped me around for a bit and made me realise it's my responsibility to come back and basically kill my father and make things better again. It's been a hard road, a road that I've had to adapt to, and the adaptation has not been fun. But there was one person that made it a bit easier, that managed to point me in the right direction, and that was my wife.
My wife.
The first princess of Amanth, who, for reasons I still cannot fathom, gave me the time of day I managed to tolerate a insubordinate, unknowing, and uncouth bastard son of a sultan, and gave him the time of day. Of course, I strongly suspect there were other hands involved in our union. Wasn't there, Miss Genevieve? See Miss Genevieve at like the corner of the crowd, like, well, it's not like you two are going to do it on your own. I just gave you a little bit of a nudge, that's all. Regardless,
Vampiric persuasion.
regardless, I'm thankful you did. Because, honestly, I don't think any of us would be standing here now if that had not happened. So, I thank you all. Because I couldn't do anything I do. My wife couldn't do anything we do. My children wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for every single one of you stood here keeping the kingdom going. So, as this is the last night, please enjoy yourselves, dance with your loved ones, time with your friends, and enjoy yourselves. He kind of half turns and goes, all right, it's Mrs. He goes, husband, you always sell yourself short. They're fine. Just come and dance with me, you stupid man. Well, I've been summoned. And he takes his wife's hand, and they both begin a very slow dance together. Other couples in the crowd pair off with each other and start a very slow dance. Some of the nobles join in. You notice a slight argument going on with the nobles, especially with the young men. surrounding the oldest of the Sultan's children. They seem to be vying for her hand to the point where she kind of like gestures slightly over her shoulder, and seemingly out of nowhere, her bodyguards appear and just immediately put themselves between her and the group of nobles and start to push them away.
Oh.
Except for one. You see her glance over to a table set up to the side by one of the statues, and it's Amir, sat there with a jug of wine and a couple of glasses set before him, and basically gives her a wave and some gestures at the jug as if she wants a drink. She goes over and they engage in a conversation. And if any of you get close enough to that table, towards the end of the conversation, you hear her lean towards him and goes, "Would you perhaps like to piss off a couple of your contemporaries, Mr. Amir?" He goes, "Well, I would not be above it." She takes him by the hand, pulls him up, and joins the dance. Amir is now dancing with the Sultan's oldest child, something that does not go unnoticed,
No.
setting up ripple effects while he's not here. Oh, fuck you, Tom. Even though I feel like if I'd given this opportunity, he would have taken it anyway. I know how to bait Tom. So, there's a dance going on. Mr. Sergeant, you are at the side of this. Again, there doesn't seem to be any signs of trouble. You're expecting pickpockets and all kinds of bullshit. No, there's nothing. Miss Fox.
Like a crusty roll up then.
Yeah. Miss Fox. Yes.
Uh-oh.
You are immediately aware of people walking towards you with a very intent purpose.
Oh, God.
As you turn, you immediately have to look down because the Sultan's youngest child
Oh,
is
okay.
walking up to you
That's
with
fine.
his bodyguards. He seems to be standing there, and he's dressed in what looks to be what would have been very, very smart apparel if it hadn't been on him for more than 5 seconds, and it's now very scruffy because that's the way he is. And he kind of looks up at you, and he kind of licks his lips, and he's kind of, Miss Fox, would you do me the honor of having a dance with me?
What's his name again?
His name is youngest child. His name is Jackran.
And is a prince.
He's essentially the youngest child of the Sultan. Yeah.
So I've already forgotten the name, but I'll be like
It's the boy.
it would be yeah.
Cool.
So I'd kind of like lower down a little bit because obviously I'm quite tall, and I'd like be like, it would be my absolute honor, Prince. What's his face?
Yep, Jackran.
Yeah. Sorry,
He
I'm
gives
really bad
you-
remembering names.
He gives you a very elaborate bow, and just like kind of like gently takes you by the hand, and
Oh, he's
starts
so
to dance with you.
so
There are
cute.
There are so many. Oh my god, it's so cute. There's the ripples of ovaries exploding outwards. Yeah, you two have a nice dance. It does go from like he's trying to do a very formal stiff dance, and he gets about 10 seconds into it and goes, "Fuck it, let's just have a fun one." So there's like the two of you basically pinwheeling through this like slow dance, and you can just hear his dad laughing. He's enjoying the fuck out.
I mean,
of it.
to be fair, it's very much Vox's vibe anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nice sweet dance. No, it's not. But yeah,
I'm gonna roll a quick thing.
that's
Ooh,
fucking
actually, those
adorable.
of you looking in have noticed that the dance between Amir and the oldest daughter, what's her name? Athera, it started off with her leading, and then he started leading. There seemed to be It's gone from a waltz to an almost a tango situation.
Oh dear.
It's a bit of back and forth going on between the two of them. Mr. Yotal, are you doing anything else? Are you
I
going to
am.
attempt to dance with anyone, or?
I've got 2 left tails. Feet. Sorry.
I mean, you can just hang out and just enjoy the drinks. There's no pressure.
Dance with Bray, dance with Bray. Then it doesn't matter because she flies. You can't stand her on toes.
Yeah.
Miss Spray.
Yeah.
I'm only doing this as the opportunity to talk and tell her we know everything.
Good plan.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't really dance, but yeah.
Nor do I. It's
Am I
It's
going
fine.
to be a bastard and make you roll performance checks?
No, don't be mean.
Nah. I'm not going to do it. Nah.
you didn't make a giant satyr roll for dancing with a little boy.
To change it up, as we dance, and I'm obviously quite strong. I lift him up and we dance in the air while I'm flying.
Oh, amazing.
Okay. You two
it's-
have a dance and you catch each
Yeah.
other up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like catching her up on everything that we've done so far.
Is it safe to talk about?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of
I
people.
was gonna say again, it's not like he's gonna be shouting it out to the world. It'd be like,
I say, oh, okay. Thank you. I mean, Jeff's a weak drinker anyway. All of them are weak drinkers, but I'm surprised only Jeff's came to it.
Don't say anything. We are going to follow you back and sort this properly.
Okay. When you raid the tent, look out for a peculiar axe. It will be a normal sized one, but I assure you it's mine. And I'll need it.
Are you able to? Are you...
Oh, I'm more than capable.
Okay, so look
Just
for
get
an
it-
axe.
Get
and
it,
to
get
you.
it to me after you set me free, because I won't be able to obviously build it properly until I'm free of my bounds.
Fine. You shall be free by the end of the night.
Yeah, and we kind of like do a loop to loop in the air.
that's also adorable.
Mm.
Don't- He's like,
Don't worry.
don't tell me, don't tell me, don't tell me.
I am a snake. I am not used to flying.
Towards the end of the
Hang on.
dances.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
carry
say it. Ray, strength check.
Wait, you want me to?
She's flying a paladin around in heavy armor.
Yeah, fine, if you want me to.
I'm curious.
I mean, no, because I don't want to risk you dropping him on someone's head.
You know what? Roll 20. I'm probably the character is capable. Roll 20, not so.
It is, yes. I don't want you to roll a nat one and like drop him on the salt or some shit.
Yeah, that's not. I don't want to cause.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Like crisis.
I'm your new.
Oops, did I accidentally a war?
Oops, did I accidentally destroy your entire campaign? Ooh, my bad.
Puts my fingers together sheepishly. I didn't mean to do it, Mr. DM.
Okay, so all of you continue your dances. As
Yeah.
the evening starts to wind down, you notice Althena walks into the middle of the group and
Oh.
she raises her staff and just gently taps it into the floor. And all the coverings that were lining the walkway suddenly peel back and sort of like disintegrate into flocks of multicolored butterflies who swarm around all of the couples and just gently just burst into sparks of multicolored light, swirling around and up into the
Pretty.
heavens. And the evening starts to wind down. Everyone starts to filter off home. The Sultan and the mayor and his wife, they all start to go home. Even the bodyguards themselves seem to be a bit, not sluggish, but they seem to they seem to be tired, so they're like departing back to the barracks. Mr. Valant, I would like a Constitution save from you, please.
Oh. There we go.
You're feeling quite tired. Like it's almost as if like you haven't fully woken up from that nap you had earlier. Like when you have a nap, but it still doesn't really do anything for you. You're kind of in that space at the moment. As for everyone else, you see that everyone is dispersing. Miss Fox, the Sultan's son, just kind of disentangles himself from you, gives you just a very elaborate, crisp bow. Like, I had lots of fun, Fox. You're very nice.
I'm giving him a hug. Sod the bowing. I'm giving him a hug.
He gives you a hug back, even though you notice, like, as you hug him, like, his bodyguards definitely took a step forwards as you gave that hug. He was like, whoop, and then I'm like, oh, okay, you're not a threat. And they took a step back, and he goes, okay, thank you. I would like to come see you and your people sometimes.
That sounds
I'll tell my
fun.
dad. Okay, bye.
Bye.
And he kind of turns around, like he kind of scampers off.
Oh, he's so
It-
cute.
His bodyguards do give you like this kind of like a second look, and they give each other a kind of look, and one of them nods at the other one. And he reaches into a pocket, kind of roots around for a minute, pulls out something, and kind of like turns his back from you a little bit. You can like see like a brief flash of light come from his hands, and he turns back and goes, "Young master might want to find you again. Take this; it'll help him find you." And it's a small pebble with a little like carved J on it. It feels slightly warm to the touch.
No.
Oh, bless.
Right. We better get back to him before he breaks something.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'll
God.
keep it close.
Oh God! What? He's got taffy in his room. Oh shit! We'll never at the end of it if you get that's in there. And they both turn and run. These poor bodyguards. These guys are very overworked.
Mm.
So
You know what I'm gonna
these.
do?
Mhm.
I'm gonna do something very weird. I'm going to go to the cleric and tell him everything and tell him to come with us. Ask him to come with us. Say, you've been disgraced anyway. You might as well.
You don't know that.
I'm joking. I didn't actually say that bit.
Meta knowledge.
I am a meta snake.
I can break
No.
the fourth wall.
No, I'm going to say no. But what I'm going to say is we have knowledge of some of enslavement, and I believe that comes in your department. Ish.
Yes. You're assuming I care, but I do. I do care. I do care.
You're assuming a lot there, Mr. Snake.
I'm going to use lay on hands and get rid of the alcohol in his system because it says poison. Alcohol's a poison.
I'm not. Got alcohol in me. I'm
Haven't you?
tired.
Oh, you're tired. Oh,
I'm literally tired. He's like he'll say, look, I'm with you. Whatever's going on, that little fairy's obviously had a bit of a rough time. I said to the horny lady Vox.
horny lady.
Please don't use that frequently, because that's just weird.
Phrasing.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah, don't make it weird.
One might have thought I did that on purpose. Who knows? I said to her, I would be. I was with you. Whatever you need. All right.
Mhm.
Good. We're going tonight.
Now or later.
Now.
Lead on.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay.
a snake. We have no sense of urgency unless it's necessary.
I'm a snake.
That's your excuse for like failing every
Everything.
social interaction. Well, I'm a fucking snake. What more do you want?
He doesn't know that. It's as far as
Oh,
I know,
what-
only Vox knows.
What in terms of your character, you have very limited social interaction with actual
Oh, yeah.
people outside of your temple. So you can possibly get away with a lot of misinterpretation of social cues.
Mm.
So Bray, you are
Hmm.
going to be escorted back to the
the tent, as it were.
Yeah. back to the tent.
Okay. Do I? Oh, I've got to move myself. Sorry.
It's now pretty late into the night. You're being escorted back by the big boys. One of them-
with the big boys now. Sorry.
One of them is like significantly missing, but
Oh
you
yeah,
don't really
that'd be
pay
Jeff.
it any mind because Jeff just drank way too much.
Yeah. I put myself back in the tent area, should I?
Yeah, put yourself back into the tent area. Are the rest of you attempting to follow?
Well, I think
Yeah,
we know where the
uh,
camp is, so we wouldn't have to like closely follow because we know where their camp is.
Yeah, you can definitely get them away, but like the camp's been there for like the better part of 3 days.
Yeah, so it's not like we have to follow to find out where it is.
So, if it's 5 to 12 now,
Hmm.
I'm assuming anything we do at the camp would be next week anyway.
Yes.
So, if that's the case, Valence would also go over to Amir and say, "Oi, pretty boy, you got red on you. Come on, we're gonna go save some people."
Okay. You're all sneaking up to the camp.
Yes.
The only thing out toward you will note, and I'm going to say this to Tom as well, a heavy mist seems to be setting in out of nowhere.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Tent's not
just
even
like
on
the
fire
Mag of the
yet.
Accident.
We're being transported to Lake Ravenloft.
I scream. We scream. We all scream at the fire at the family reunion.
Oh dear.
Heavy mist sets in, and the cold of the desert seems to bite even harder than usual. Down through your skin, down to the very bone itself. All of your instincts seem to key up. Something out of nowhere. Something's out in the mist. Something is coming.
You cannot
it
fast
wants
travel
war.
when there's enemies nearby. Sorry.
Divine sense.
And so we will break here and pick it up next week.
Oh! Something's coming.
Nice. Right.
And Mr. Bray, you're going to
Yes,
be
Bray.
the first one that gets to know what happens next time.
Oh God.
Oh, I hope Tom's available. Well, I hope your PC works on the day, and I hope Tom's available.
One or the other, yes.